All right, Jesse and Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now, we are going to talk about Dustin Poirier and Nate Diaz. And that is because I have an idea. And this idea relates to how to sell the most possible pay-per-views for this particular event. And when I say, you know what, I'm just going to say this right now. If the UFC does this, if someone that knows the brass over there sends this over there, and they do this, I absolutely guarantee you they will make millions of additional dollars versus if they didn't do it, okay? I guarantee you that. Absolutely guaranteed. Now, before I tell you what that is, and then I tell you about this fight and I break it all the way down, let's just say this. I made a mistake the other day. So I told you in my last video that I was going to do a sweepstakes for my subscribers and only the last 2,000 were going to be entered. That's nonsense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sweepstakes for all of my subscribers, early, late, whatever, because that's what's fair, okay? But what you win, I'm actually going to pick more than one person. I'm going to do a bunch of people. But anyone who gets picked is going to be very happy that you did, okay? I'm not going to be sending you just a sticker, dude. I'm going to be sending you guys something big or bringing you somewhere. So subscribe to the channel. You can get entered. It'll be super fun, dude. You get to hang out with Gabrielle as well. Okay, so here's the deal, okay? Here is the deal. So Dustin's fighting Nate next, okay? They're going to do that fight at 170. Now, can anyone think of anyone else at 170 who might have unfinished business with both of these guys, okay? Conor. Right, correct. Conor, who's almost certainly coming back at 170. Right. Now, what does that mean? Well, I mean, it means that either of them probably want to fight Conor, but Conor can't even start training until April, which means Conor can't even fight until late July, probably like September, actually, realistically, okay? So what does that say for our timeline here, right? Nate and Dustin have unfinished business. There's no question about that. They've been supposed to fight multiple times. It always falls out. These guys are supposed to fight. But because they also both have unfinished business with Conor, what do you think they should do, right? The answer is, actually, let me rephrase this. What makes a fight better than, what makes a fight better having this thing than not having it? What an idiotic way to explain what I'm talking about. It's embarrassing, but I'm just going to continue anyway because I'm not starting over. I'm too far into the video. Okay. So what makes something, oh my God, what makes a fight better is if they're fighting for something, okay? Like the more they're fighting for, the better the fight is going to be and the more marketable the fight is going to be, right? Like imagine if hypothetically, let's say that you had two guys, right? And it was like, this guy's a pretty big star, this guy's a pretty big star. And they're like, all right, well, it's a pretty good fight. You're all, yeah, but check this out. Each of these guys has their wife in a cage inside the stadium, and whoever loses, their wife gets killed. It's a death match, but not a death match for them, a death match for the person they love most in the world. Are you going to watch that fight? I mean, that was a really weird example, actually. I was trying to think of the thing that they would fight most for in the world. At least that's the thing I would fight most for in the world. Or my kids, obviously. But like, that's totally crazy. Maybe people wouldn't watch that. But you understand the point that I'm making, right? If they're fighting for something big, there's a huge incentive to win. That makes everybody really want to watch. That's why, as an example, you just create the BMF belt, right? Like if you got two guys who are stars who can sell pay-per-views on their own and you want to really push the envelope and make it marketable, you create the BMF belt, right? So it's like, here, whoever wins gets the bad mofo belt. So can you think of anything that they could do with Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier? You know, something like that? Like the winner gets the money fight with Conor, since both of them have had 8-figure paydays fighting Conor, okay? Nate Diaz made $10 million for the rematch. Dustin made $10 to $12 million for his fight with Conor, the rematch, okay? So you know that whoever these guys fights Conor, it's going to be a headline event, which means if they get the same contract as they did before, it's going to be $10 million. So if you make winning this fight, you get to fight Conor, and you're just open about what that means. Like stop trying to hide the ball, dude. Everybody knows that there are enormous paydays in the UFC. Like I know that they like to be super cagey with pay. I get it. But in this case, there's no reason to do that. There's no reason to do that, okay? Okay. So I think the UFC thinks about it like this. If they're open with the fact that this guy's getting pizzade, son, and they just like, then all of a sudden they're going to be negotiating against that for people all the time, right? They're like, well, I want 10 million. And they're like, well, you're not worth 10 million. So, and you're not fighting Conor. Because you want to know how Nate Diaz got $10 million? You want to know? Because in the bout agreement for his first one, it said if you finish Conor, you get $10 million for your next fight or something like that. And you want to know how Dustin got it? Okay, Dustin got no points on the pay. Neither of them got points on the pay-per-view for the first fight. Okay, and obviously we're talking about the second fight in Dustin's case before the third. Okay, they got no pay-per-view points. They both had to earn their 10-figure payday by beating Conor by finish. Because they knew if they were able, like, it was a huge carrot that the UFC didn't think that either of them would get, and they did. So you're negotiating against nothing, okay? That's not just like a deal that they got, right? So, and everybody already knows about it. There's no reason to hide the ball. And you sound like you need to get specific about it, but the answer is you make Conor the thing that they get if they win, and then you make like a money belt or some shit, you know? Like a rich motherfucker belt, you know? The RMF belt. I think I already said this before. Now that I'm real, did I fucking do this video already? Did I do this fucking exact video? Did I do this fucking exact video? Jesus, that is embarrassing. If I already did this video exactly, there's something, I literally just realized it right now. But you know what? I don't care because my ideas are still original, even if they're not original, okay? I can present the exact same information and it be completely different. At least that's what I'm telling myself. And also, there's nothing going on right now. We don't have another event until a week from Saturday. It's ridiculous, man. I can only talk about Francis so much. I mean, like, I'm going to the fight January 22nd, you know. 6th row, bitch. What's up? Anyway, I have never spent money like that on something and had absolutely no remorse. Like, I've never spent that much. Like, the only time I ever spent as much money as I spent on these tickets on like an experience was like I took my entire fucking family to Mexico for like a week. That's how much I bought these tickets for. And I don't care. I have no remorse, dude. None. I bought them on my birthday and I bought them for about, never mind. Anyway, so yeah. Now I'm just wasting time because there's nothing going on in MMA. Fucking nothing. Except for the biggest thing ever. The biggest story in history. You know? Like literally the biggest story ever. But it's not my story to tell, so I can't. So it is what it is. I'll never tell because not my story to tell. I don't tell other people's stories. I just don't, you know? Even when I'm the only one that knows. Well, maybe not the only one. The only one with a big channel, but never, ever. Oh, God damn it. Now I actually have something I need to do. Love you guys. Peace.